Okay, resuming question number 22, which is we have to find the value of angle D. Okay, so this angle D makes angles in the same segment with angle at M, this angle. So this is also D. Now if that's 104, then this is also 104 from vertically opposite angle. And if that's the radius, if JL is the radius like mentioned in the question, sorry, if JL is the diameter, then this angle is a right angle. Angle subtended from the diameter is 90 degrees. So this angle is 104, this is 22, so this angle over here, this red angle would be 180 minus 104 minus 22, which gives us 180 minus 104 minus 22 gives us 54. So this angle would be 54 over here. And now we can find D by subtracting 90 and 54, which gives us 36 degrees. In the next question, we first have to find angle OCA. OCA, this angle. Okay, this angle will actually be equals to this angle because this is making an isosceles triangle. These two lengths are the radii, OC and OA, they are the radii. So this is the isosceles triangles. That means if we have this angle, we can find the green angles, and this purple angle is at the center and the corresponding angle at the circumference is 58, and from the property angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. We'll do 58 times 2, which gives us 116. So this angle here would be 116. So if we have this angle, we can easily find the green angle by doing 180 minus 116 divided by 2, which gives us 180 minus 116 divided by 2 gives us 32, which is the answer for part 1. Part A, 32. Okay. Then we have to find angle DCA. So where is that? DCA. So we need this angle over here. So if I can somehow find this angle, then I'll be able to find the angle in blue. So this angle and this purple angle over here, 58, and the red angle, they're making their angles in the opposite segment, and from the property of the circle, they're supplementary angles, which means this red angle and purple angle, they sum up to 180 degree because they're angles in the opposite segments, or they're the opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral. So from that property, we'll do x, or if this is x, let's say, plus 58 equals 180, and from that we can find x. So x will be equals to 180 minus 58, which comes out to be 112, and we actually need the blue angle, so let's call that y. So then y would be 180 minus 23 minus the red angle 112, so 180 minus 112 minus 23, which gives us 35, which is the answer. Now we have to find angle x in the next question, and y and z. Let's start with angle x. We know from the property of circle that a line tangent to the circle, which is tangent to the circles originating from the same point, are equal in length. So this line and this line, they're equal in length. So that means if this is angle 54, this would also be 54. So x would be 180 minus 2 times 54. 180 minus 2 times 54, which gives us 72 equals x. Okay. Then we have to find angle y. Now, another property of circle is that the radius and the tangent, they're perpendicular to each other, so this angle would be 90 and this angle would be 90 as well, because this is the radius. So now angle y can be found by simply subtracting 54 from 90, which gives 36, which is the answer. Okay, now we have to find angle z. So if this is 36 and this is 36, we can find this angle over here. This angle can be found by doing 180 minus 36 minus 36, because that's an isosceles triangle again. This length here and this length here, they're equal in length because both of them are radius. So this is an isosceles triangle again. So one side is y, which is 36, so the other side is y as well, which is 36. So now we'll do 180 minus 36 minus 36, which gives us 108. Now if we have the blue angle, which is 108, we can easily find angle z by using the property that angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. So we'll divide the blue angle, which is the angle at the center, with 2 and get 54. Okay, here we have to find the angle u and angle v. We see parallel lines here. So whenever you see parallel lines, think of alternate angles, think of corresponding angle, think of interior angles. So this angle 35 is alternate to this angle 35 over here, so this would be 35. And similarly, use the property angles in the same segment are equal. So 35 is being formed from point D and C. Similarly, this angle u is being formed from the starting points D and C, which means these two angles are angles in the same segment, which means u equals 35. So now this angle here would be v, using vertically opposite angles, and we can find v by subtracting 35 and 35 again from 180, which gives us 110. In this question, we first need angle BOC. So where's BOC? This angle. And notice we have parallel lines again. That means we need to think about alternate angles, corresponding angles, and interior angles. So this angle 68 is alternate to this angle over here. This angle over here. So 68 and this angle, they're equal. Now in this triangle BOC, length BO is the radius and also OC is the radius, which means these two lengths are equal, which means these two angles are equal. This is also 68. So now we can find BOC easily. Angle BOC would be 180 minus 68 minus 68, which gives 158. Okay, so now we need the angle ACE. So angle ACE is this angle. So if I have this orange angle 150 is 158, I can find this lower angle, which would be 180 minus 158, which gives me, sorry, that angle was not 158, it was 44, my bad, sorry, this is 44. This is 44, so this would be 44. Now 180 minus 44 is 136, so the red angle comes out to be 136. This here is 136. Now notice that's another isosceles triangle. We have two radius here as well. So this OA is one radius and OC is the other radius. So that means that this angle here and this angle here, they're also equal. So I can find the yellow angle by doing 180 minus 136 divided by 2, which gives me 180 minus 136 divided by 2, which gives me 22. Now I can find the blue angle by subtracting 22 from 180, which gives me 158. Okay, in the next question we have to first find angle BOC. BOC, this angle. So now this angle is alternate to this angle, and then let me get rid of the purple lines. This angle is actually alternate to this angle, and then these two lines are the radii, this line and this line, they're the radii, so this would also be same. So let's say this is x, this is x, then this is x as well. Now I can find x, BOC, by doing 180 minus 124 divided by 2. 180 minus 124 divided by 2 gives me 28. So the first answer is 28. Next we need OBC, O to B to C. Again, this is the radius and so is this. That makes this triangle isosceles as well, which makes this angle the same as the other green angle. So now we can find this green angle by subtracting the value of x from 180 and dividing the answer with 2. 180 minus the purple angle is 28 divided by 2, which gives us 180 minus 28 divided by 2, we're getting 76. Okay, and that's the answer. And then in the last part we need CAB. So angle C, then A, then B. So we need this angle. Okay, so now the property angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference is being applied. I'll show you how. So there's an angle at the center x which has starting points C and B. There's another point on the circumference which has starting points same C and B. So here's the other angle starting from C and B. So that angle is being formed, which is the yellow angle, which is the angle we need to find, is at the circumference, and this angle x is at the center. So by the property angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference, so the yellow angle will simply be x divided by 2. X was 28 divided by 2, which gives us 14 degrees. So the final answer is 14 degrees. Okay, here we have to first find BOC. So it's this angle. Now this angle here is a right angle. So this angle will also be right angle, and the reason would be alternate angles, because this is a parallel line and this is the transversal, this is another parallel line, so these two angles would be equal. So that's 90 again. So we can find the green angle by subtracting 38 from 90, which gives us 52. So the first answer is 52. Then we need angle CBO. So C to B to O, we need this angle. Now this is the radius and that's also the radius, which makes this an isosceles triangle, which means this angle is also the same size. So we can now find the purple angle by subtracting green angle from 180 and dividing the answer with 2. 180 minus 52 divided by 2, which gives us 180 minus 52 divided by 2, which gives us 64. So this is 64. Now we need angle EDO. Okay, for angle EDO, we already have this angle. So all we need is this upper angle. If we have this upper angle, we can find the blue angle. Now how do I find this orange angle? Notice that its starting points are E and D and C, and there is another angle at the center whose starting points are the same, C and D. That angle is at the center, so from the property, angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. This angle here would be 38 divided by 2, which makes 19. So now we can find the blue angle, which can be found by doing 180 minus 19 minus 90, which gives us 71. Okay, in the next question, the first angle we need to find is CAM. So we need this angle here, CAM. Okay, so we need this angle. So for this, we're told that this is the line of symmetry of the rectangle of the circle, and this is a rectangle, which means that this angle here would be a right angle. So if this is a right angle, we can find this angle by subtracting 42 and 90 from 180, which gives us 48. So this blue angle is 48. Now if this is 48 and it's an angle at the center, this is 48, it's an angle at the center being formed from the starting points M and C. So from the same starting point, there's an angle that's being made on the circumference here, which is the orange angle that we actually need. So that we'll use the property angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. So the orange angle is simply half the angle at the center, which is 24. That's the answer for part A. Next, we need to find DCM. So DCM, we need this angle, and by using the property angles in the same segment are equal, we can deduce that this angle, which is being formed from the starting points D and M, is equals to this angle here, which is also being originated from the points D and M. So these two green angles would be equal. Reason, because their properties, their angles in the same segment. Now this is green angle that we need to find. This orange angle is 24. Can I somehow find this yellow angle here, so that when I sum these three angles, I'd get 90, and then I'll be able to find the green angle. So how do I find this yellow angle? So this is 90 over here, right? And that's, in fact, this is a rectangle, so these sides would be parallel, this side and the length DC and the length AB would be parallel. So if this is 42, then the yellow angle is also 42. This is 42, the orange angle was 24, so now I can find green angle, because the sum of these three would be 90. So I'll do 90 minus 24 minus 42. So 90 minus 24 90 minus 24 minus 42, which is given 24, which is the answer again. Okay, in question number 30, we have to first find angle W. Angle W is forming angles in the opposite segment, or also known as opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral sum up to 180 degree, or angles in opposite segments are supplementary. So the sum of these two should be equals to 180. So W will come out to be 40 degrees. Okay, next we need angle X. So again, angle X is forming and it's also part of a cyclic quadrilateral, and here the opposite angle to x is this whole angle here, and that can be found by subtracting 95 from 180. So if I do 180 minus 95, I get 85. So this is 85. Then angle x would be 180 minus 85, which is actually 95 again. So that's 95. So angle x is 95. Now I need angle y. So for angle y, what can be done is that angle y is making angles in the same segment with this angle. Angle y is originating from point C and D, and there's another angle originating at the circumference from point C and D, which is this angle. So this angle y is actually equals to this angle here. I can find this angle here because the sum of W, yellow angle, and 95 would be equals to 180. So I'll write W plus y plus 95 equals 180. So that will give me W was 40. 40 plus y plus 95 equals 180. So y will come out to be 180 minus 40 minus 95, 45, which is the answer.